Yes, I know. I want to apologize to the subs. I've been uploading horror movie reviews. I know. I'm sorry, but merely for the facts for um, horror movie fans. Mainly I just wanted to get the horror movies out of the way. But anyways, to make it up to you guys, I'm gonna talk about my manga that I made, but it involves the characters from Modern Family Guy. Basically, it was my love letter to Marn Family Guy, but it involves me, the Derek Yasha character. Which I'm talking about, of course, is DLY, Derek Lance Yasha. Okay, so, mainly the story starts off with Derek Lance Yasha in the dream. We'll just call him Derek Yasha, the fictional character. Okay, mainly he's fighting Chris, and of course, Chris wants to kill him, and then apparently he just kills Chris in a second. Okay, then after that he takes a bath from all the blood and the beautiful lake and all that has a waterfall. And of course there's this fish-like creature trying to attack him, and then mainly he shoots it and kills it. So yeah, pretty much that's a hint to the Devil May Cry series. Of course you're gonna get a lot from that. Okay, so apparently, if that's not enough, a dog comes, and of course it's a demon dog, but of course Derek Yasha calls it 50 Cent for some odd reason. Okay, and then, this mysterious guy comes with white hair. He looks same thing like this, but except he's got white hair, and he's wearing a trench coat. And what is that guy's name? Zero. Now, we'll find out about Zero later, but first, Derek Yasha and Zero get into a fight. Now, in the fight, Derek Yasha is weak and Zero is strong. So, mainly what happens is Derek Yasha loses and he dies. But basically, it was just a dream, a warning. A warning to not go out. Okay, so Derek Yasha is getting ready to go to this rapathon thing. Of course, mainly, you know, the black people do not like this because he's just rapping terribly, and of course, boo him off the stage. Okay, and he meets his friends outside, this and that, whatever. They're talking with him, and of course, his friend, which is a girl, gives him a present, which is actually a ring. Now, the ring refers to Mar, basically. It's an arm. It's the gatekeeper arm, which Alvis uses in the manga. Okay, well, anyways, what happens is this guy comes and, of course, wants to kill Derek Yasha, and Derek Yasha says, well, okay, I'm gonna go to Mar now. I'm just gonna die and go to Mar. Okay, so basically what happens is he uses the arm and transfers his spirit into Mar, but basically I'll explain that later. But he goes into Mar, of course, meeting Dorothy, and then Phantom comes, and then Phantom wants to fight, and then you get a clear shot of all the characters from franchises. Blue Regard from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Ash and the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead. You know, Frylock, Meatwad, and Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and of course on Phantom side we got Freddy, Chucky, Pinhead, Jason, and of course Ghostface. So then the fight starts off. Whatever. Derek Yasha says, "Well, I'm already dead. You can't kill me." But basically, what the Derek Yasha character does not know is that apparently he's a super being. He can never die. Just how like Dante can never die, just how like Alucard can never die in Helsing. Okay, so pretty much he thinks that he defeats Phantom, whatever. Takes Dorothy to Quahog because apparently the gatekeeper clown says you could go to Quahog now for some odd reason. Okay, so then Derek Yasha's knocking on Peter Griffin's door, and then Peter Griffin's like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm Derek Yasha. So then, what happens is Derek Yasha wants to stay over to Peter Griffin's house, and of course Dorothy too. And what happens is mainly they play a drinking game, which is called DUI for some odd reason. You know, drinking under the influence. Okay, so anyways, Derek Yasha chugs down the beer and then he wins, and of course he gets to stay at Peter Griffin's house for his whole life. So how fucking awesome is that? Mainly what happens is, we get a bunch of movie spoofs, Bram Stoker's Dracula, 300, Shitty Alpha Dog, you know, mainly video game references too. So, Def Jam Vendetta. Let me explain that story. So, basically what happens is it's the prequel to the original game Def Jam for the PS2. Okay, so if you want to know how Manny's arm got broken, basically it was the Def Jam tournament. But before that, mainly there's this guy, he has Dorothy, and of course Derek Yasha has to get Dorothy back, and of course the guy is like, go ahead, kill me, kill me. So then Derek Yasha kills him, and then what happens is, mainly the guy is like, okay, that's enough fighting. You could finish them off at the tournament, at the Def Jam tournament, which will be, the day after tomorrow. So basically, Derek Yasha is training. Peter Griffin, of course, is training him. And mainly he's getting ready for the Def Jam tournament. When, of course, the original guy that, was trying to kill Derek Yasha at the bar, he's in the tournament too. So mainly what happens is, you have cameos from Eminem, Dr. Dre, rappers like that. And of course, Derek Yasha does not want to kill them because they're famous rapper icons. But mainly Derek Yasha only kills people that mess with him or bother him or anybody that's his friends or whatever. Okay, so then what happens is eventually he kills that guy. Zero comes to the tournament. At first we think that Zero just wants, to just fight him. No, he just wants to kill him right there on the spot. So mainly what happens is, Derek Yasha cuts Zero's head off. And mainly, after that, Derek Yasha fights D-Mob. If you don't know who D-Mob is, it's basically the big black guy. Okay, so he fights him, he knocks him out, and then he wins the tournament. Of course, the money and all of that. And then later we have basically a reference to Jaws, but it's a twist. It's Derek Yasha's dad. Okay, so Derek Yasha's dad wants to kill him on the beach, this and that, whatever. And Derek Yasha tricks him that he'll die, right there on the spot if he, lets him bite into him. But no, that's not the case. Unfortunately, Derek Yasha and Dorothy do this powerful move, which of course involves her broom of Zephyrus, and broom of Zephyrus turns pretty big. Turns pretty big, and of course chops the shark in half. And basically, they win the battle, and of course, Derek Yasha and Dorothy start to fall in love. And of course, Peter Griffin takes a lot of painkillers, and of course is OD'd on the shit. So apparently, while Derek Yasha is kissing Dorothy, Dorothy is looking at Peter Griffin like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know. So yeah, pretty much from there, that was volume one. Okay, and right now this is volume two that I'm holding in my hands. Okay, now I'll explain volume two later, on part two or whatever. But I only wanted this to be two volumes, but mainly I can't show the comic because of copyright, but I can talk about it though. I can talk about it. But let me explain something to you. The comic book takes place, or the manga takes place in 2007, but for some odd reason, it just jump cuts to the times that that Mr. Wee was still alive from Family Guy. Peter's still working in the toy shop. It just likes to jump cut a lot, basically. And, basically, this is my love letter to, movies and video games and stuff like that. And half of the story is original, but half of it is just like rip-offs of stuff. But see, I guess I wanted to be in, the Mar world and the Family Guy world, so I was like, hey, why don't I just make a comic book for fun, the DLY series, which would only have 2 volumes. I wouldn't want it going on to like 15 or 16 volumes. No, you could execute a story in 2 volumes, and that's it. You mainly, I love the story a lot. I would say this is a lot better than Mar because you have a lot of blood, you have a lot of cursing in it. You could relate with the characters, the new characters that's in here. From the Derek Yasha source material. This and that, whatever. But I could just explain the story, but I can't show anything because it's copyright infringement. Copyright. That means I could get sued for that, but could I get sued for explaining the story? No, I can't. And I made the story just for fun. Seriously, I made the story just for fun. Involving, Dorothy and Peter and the family. You know. But yeah, pretty much in the story, I'm a fucking freeloader. I'm pretty much, what I can't be in the real world, what I can't be in the real world. But the story is so fucking awesome, man. What else could I say? It's one of the best manga stories I ever wrote involving, the source material characters and of course the characters from other series as well. But yeah, anyways, this is part 1. Peace.